Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan gets a clean chit in the Cordelia cruise ship drug scandal that rocked the country last year. The Special Investigation Team of the Narcotics Control Bureau on Friday filed a 6,000-page charge sheet in a Mumbai NDPS court. While 14 people are charged, Aryan and 5 others are let off. The NCB says Aryan, who spent 26 days in jail as part of the investigation, was never in possession of drugs and there is no evidence he consumed any.
We found in our investigation that his friend stated in his own statement that the drug that he was carrying was not meant for Aryan. So the basic premise that a drug that was found on his friend was is baseless or fallacious.
The SIT has elaborated why a case was not made out against Aryan. Aryan did not undergo any medical test. His WhatsApp chats were not related to the case. Aryan did not take any drugs and dissuaded others from doing so. Sources also say that NCB did not find any evidence that linked Aryan with any international drug trafficking network. Several questions have cropped up after the NCB's U-turn. First, what proof did narcos claim to have that they don't now have? Second, can action be taken against narcos for Aryan chat leaks? And last, will Shah Rukh's family demand action against the Narcotics Control Bureau? For SRK and family, Aryan's clean chit comes on a special day. It is Shah Rukh Khan's son Abraham's 9th birthday. Aryan was arrested in the Mumbai cruise drugs case on October 2nd. After several court hearings and lots of drama, the Bombay High Court granted him bail on October 28th. Aryan walked out of jail on October 30th.
Cordelia drug cruise case went on to become the most high-profile drug case of the country as Aryan Khan was arrested in it. But when the charge sheets are filed, no charge is seen against Aryan Khan, which reflects badly on the anti-drug agencies and their work done, because it puts them in bad light, saying if the most high-profile case was done without evidence, how many such other cases have been done by the agency? With cameraman Sahil Chavan, Mustafa Sheikh for India Today.
So let me now help you understand how did Aryan Khan get a clean chit by the court, and importantly, what did the NCB report also mention? Let me take you through now one by one about at least 5 reasons that Aryan Khan has got clean chit today, as the legal team and the family was also asking. Now, the medical test, a medical examination is always a protocol. According to here, the Narcotics Control Bureau did not do the medical test on Aryan Khan. What about the WhatsApp chats? Remember that had surfaced. The WhatsApp chats accessed of Aryan Khan were not related to the case. So why was it then even accessed for the Narcotics Control Bureau? Now, according to the NCB, Aryan Khan, eventually now saying, did not take the drugs, which means directly he did not consume. But was he in possession of it? Was he asking others to take it? Now, according to the clean chit coming in, that he even discouraged his friends around to consume the drugs. Now, there is an acceptance that has come that there were errors conducted in the first probe, which did include Aryan Khan as well. Let me go across now to Vidya, who's been tracking all the latest on that, because no charge sheet against Aryan and 5 others. So what does that mean? That the charge sheet that had come does not mention Aryan Khan's name directly, and that is one of the reasons that has led to these clean chit that have come against him. So all of this, including lack of proof that has now had that case fallen apart, including, remember, eventually it boils down to what does the charge sheet say. The charge sheet has been filed against 14 accused. Many of them are known and friends to Aryan Khan, but Aryan's name has not found a mention. But it clearly states in the charge sheet that irregularities in the raids were conducted. So what was the haste? Why was there a haste, or was there a rush at all? Now, the prime witnesses, remember the initial witnesses that had come out stating Aryan Khan was involved, drugs were found. According to now the report service saying this was found dodgy, which means they were not precisely considered trustworthy. Vidya, who's been tracking this case from day one, is now live with us on this telecast from Mumbai. Vidya, when we take a look at these pointers that are coming in, at this point, of course, it is, remember, a relief coming in for this young man. If he was in the wrong, investigation was done, law was being followed. But today, he is trying to get back to his life, but what happened in those days when he was put behind bars? Remember, the zonal officer then, Sameer Wankhede, had claimed that there was a reason to take him into arrest. But now, of course, there is a clamour and claims against him as well, and the raids that were conducted. So, of course, as it has been pointed out, remember, about the irregularities and the rush with regard to arrest Aryan Khan. Why was he arrested? What led to that? All of that has now been mentioned. Here's what now needs to be asked with this clean chit that has come in. The big question, remember, what evidence did the narcos claim to have that now they cannot possess? Now they're saying they do not have. Question number 2, can action be taken against the officers for the chat leaks? Specifically with regard to Aryan Khan, as the report and charge sheet says, had no relation to the case. Now, it boils down to the big superstar family. Will Shah Rukh Khan and the family demand possible action against the Narcotics Control Bureau? Should they demand an action? Question number 4, can punitive damages be imposed or due process applies here? Was there a process that was followed by the Bureau to arrest him, or was it now worthy of damages? This clean chit for Aryan Khan, remember, clouds over other Narcotics Control Bureau, does it? Should it raise questions about other cases, or all of that has now been followed? Vidya joins me now. Let's go across to her. Vidya, of course, questions will be asked. They were being asked from day one as well. But with this proof coming in, how does it look the NCB also in a light? Because they were claiming they have evidence, they had the time, they took that time. But to not come out with solid evidence, all the limelight now on Aryan Khan again.
In fact, Pooja, in this case,
Vidya, we'll just try and get that audio line back with us, because right now Vidya has been tracking all the latest. And what does the NCB report say? What does the charge sheet say? All of that, remember, at this point, with reactions also that are coming in. India Today spoke earlier to the NCB officer who had arrested Aryan Khan, Sameer Wankhede. What does Sameer Wankhede say today?
जी, नारकोटिक्स कंट्रोल ब्यूरो की टीम ने चार्जशीट दाखिल कर दी है। आर्यन को उसमें क्लीन चिट देने की बात कही जा रही है, उसके खिलाफ चार्जशीट दाखिल नहीं हुई है। क्या कहना है आपका? आपने पूरा मामला देखा था।
सॉरी, मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना है। नो मोर इन एनसीबी, प्लीज हैव द रिस्पेक्टेड ऑफिसर।
समीर वानखेड़े जी, नारकोटिक्स कंट्रोल ब्यूरो की टीम ने चार्जशीट दाखिल कर दी है। आर्यन को उसमें क्लीन चिट देने की बात कही जा रही है, उसके खिलाफ चार्जशीट दाखिल नहीं हुई है। क्या कहना है आपका? आपने पूरा मामला देखा था।
सॉरी, मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना है। नो मोर इन एनसीबी, प्लीज हैव द रिस्पेक्टेड ऑफिसर।
Let's go across now to my colleague Vidya. Vidya, go ahead. You were making a point there before that interruption.
Pooja, a lot of people have been questioning, okay, even if the NCB officials bungled up in this case, what were the the public prosecutors doing? Why couldn't they stop in this entire case? You show them the right path. Why was it? In fact, remember, in this particular case, it was not just the public prosecutors. Special public prosecutors were appointed. In this case, the additional solicitor general himself, who used to represent the NCB. Why is it that these officials of the court could not at any point show to the NCB officials as to why, the path that they were choosing was not right? There were problems in that investigation. So why was that not pointed out? Something that a lot of people are asking. And certainly this happens, black sheeps in any organization. A lot of the people are actually asking, as to whether the NCB will really take its course of action, will really, look into this entire case and see that people who have bungled up in this entire case, who have taken the wrong path, whether action would be taken against them. When I spoke to Sahu, one of the person who got the first person to get bail in this case, remember, he was a passenger who had no possession on himself. There was no drug found on him. In spite of that, he was in prison for a long time. And it was because of this that when I spoke to his lawyer whether they would want to pursue any case against the NCB officials, well, at the moment, as it happens in most criminal cases, they are just fine. They are just happy with the fact that the entire case against them is closed and they can go back to their normal life.
Isn't it a sigh of relief for the Khan family and for the young man? Because if there were charges, the due process was on. Today, Aryan Khan has got a clean chit. Expectedly now, politics has broken out. Clamour is growing for action against NCB's former zonal director Sameer Wankhede. NCP leaders are now claiming vindication of Nawab Malik, the NCP leader, remember, who since day one had spoken in support of Aryan Khan. NCP spokesperson Clyde Crasto, as you can see these reactions coming in, took to social media site, and I quote him here, Nawab Malik was right about the Aryan Khan case. He stands vindicated today. NCP is also asking if action will be taken against Wankhede, his team and private army. So full political showdown already erupting, and NCP in Mumbai is leading it.
It is a question of personal liberty of every individual. Supreme Court has repeatedly told all the investigating officers from various branches, including NCB, NIA, CBI, ED, everybody, all the lot of officers who enjoy powers under the law to arrest. Supreme Court says every word is important. To arrest, power to arrest is one thing, and exercising that power is another. Whilst you have to exercise the power of arresting without court warrant, without an order of the court, you have to be very cautious.
Let's go across now to our editor in Mumbai, Sahil Joshi. Sahil, clearly the NCP is leading from the front today. How is politics really playing out with regard to Nawab Malik and, of course, about the case?
Well, of course, there is a politics being played in this case from the day one, because when Aryan Khan was arrested, it was the BJP who charged the state government, saying that how the state government machinery is involved in cases like Antilia rather than looking for the drug menace in the city. This has been happening since the time Sameer Wankhede took over as a zonal director in Mumbai from the Sushant Singh Rajput case. And since then, many celebrities from Bollywood were called for questioning. Some people were arrested, some people were searched, and after that the state government always made a charge, including the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, that it is being made out in public as if that Mumbai has become a ganja capital of the country. Now the NCP has got a chance, because it was Nawab Malik who actually started with a press conference claiming that the witnesses are not independent enough. They are not only independent, but also they are connected to a particular political party, and they are also involved in extorting money from the people who have been arrested by the NCB. It looks like that today, when the government has decided to conduct inquiry against the original team of this Aryan Khan case, which was being led by Sameer Wankhede, who was a zonal director, even if he was not an investigating officer, under his guidance the investigation was happening. So part one is that, and the part two is about Aryan Khan, against whom the Additional Solicitor General, while arguing for Narcotics Control Bureau, made a serious charges that Aryan Khan might be involved in international drug trafficking. And now what we are finding after 6 months is that the NCB itself is saying that there is no evidence against Aryan Khan.
And that is what then leads me to the big question, Sahil, because is this over today for Aryan Khan, or are there going to be twists and turns in this case with regard to others as well? Thank you so much, Sahil Joshi, for all the latest in this. It's been politics, it's been claims and counterclaims.